You know when you get a new game and the graphics just blow you away with how realistic they are, with all the god rays and reflections and ambient occlusion? Yeah? Well, get that straight out of your head, because today we're looking at 6 games that chose style over realism and still look great. Number 6. Journey. Set in a vast desert littered with ancient structures that just rise out of the sand, Journey has a very unique style that's seen it win numerous awards and receive critical acclaim. The game offers a tranquil experience, and there's something surprisingly satisfying about surfing down a dune and watching the sand part behind you. Honestly, I didn't find the gameplay of Journey to be particularly engaging compared to the games that I usually like to play, but the strength of the visuals alone were enough to keep me playing, and there's not many games out there that can do that. Number 5. AVIARY Attorney. Now, I almost didn't put this one in the list, partially because it's pretty obscure and I bet a lot of you are sat there thinking, what the hell is this game? But also because there's barely any animation in AVIARY Attorney, which is usually such a large part of making a game look great. In the end though, the fine pen drawing art style won me over, and I felt I had to include this game. Along with its fantastic style, AVIARY Attorney offers great character design, all with unique little details which really brings them to life. This crime-solving private detective game has a massive amount of character, and I really enjoyed my time with it. So if you were ever into the Phoenix Wright games, I'd recommend you give this one a try. Number 4. Fez. This 2012 indie darling has a very simplistic style, but its use of bright contrasting colours mixed with its charming world design make it a great looking game. The style of the game also lends itself perfectly to the rotation of the world, which is key to the gameplay, and managing to make a game with visuals that both look great and complement the gameplay has to be the ultimate goal of any game dev when designing their game. The success of both Fez and its visuals have influenced many games since it came out, and could be said to be part of the reason that we see so many retro platformers out there today. So with its magically floating islands and geometrically designed world, I feel that Fez more than deserves its place on this list. Number 3. The LEGO games. Now, it's hard to take an existing property where everyone knows the story and has certain expectations of it, and then make a new game that's worth playing, and yet that is exactly what the LEGO game series has done over and over again. Take LEGO Lord of the Rings for example, which is on screen now. I played through this and found an enjoyable experience despite knowing every tiny part of the story, and it's because of the art style. There's something inherently fun about watching toys that you played with as a kid take the form of some of your favourite film characters and then be smashed into tiny pieces. The LEGO style also allows the games to take serious moments from the films and books that they're based on and make them comical, and in the LEGO games that I've played, I've always found a few moments that genuinely made me chuckle. And while I wouldn't describe these games as beautiful in terms of particle effects or texture quality, I still think they look great, and offer a different experience than almost anything else you'll find on the market. Number 2. Overwatch. Where to begin with Overwatch? Should we start with the incredible character design, or the unique and varied maps, or maybe with the effects used to make the ultimates both clear and stunning? Well, the truth is that all of these things combine to make Overwatch a fantastically good looking game. Blizzard clearly chose to make a stylized game rather than a massively realistic shooter, and that allows for clarity in everything that happens, and I think one of the most impressive things about this game is the fact that despite the massive amounts of characters, skins and abilities all added into the game, there's nothing that looks out of place, nothing that isn't of the absolute highest quality. The only shame here is that with Overwatch having such fast-paced and strategic gameplay, you'll rarely have the time to actually stop and look at all the pretty things around you. Number 1. FIREWATch. This is the first game from studio Campo Santo, and what a way to introduce yourselves. FIREWATch sees you out in the wilderness of a national park and leaves you alone with nature. The changing colour palettes as day turns to dusk and then night allow for bright vibrant blues and greens to transition to strong oranges and reds. This, teamed with the lack of any real HUD elements, allows you to take in some truly awe-inspiring sights. You get this right from the start of the game too, as you look out from your watchtower over the entire forest in every direction, and the leisurely pace that the game progresses at encourages you to thoroughly enjoy each sight that you see. Hell, Ford even used promotional art from the game in one of their advertising campaigns, and while that's not in-game graphics, it's certainly an endorsement of the style. Despite a slightly stuttering story and disappointing ending, the graphics and style of Firewatch make it more than worth a playthrough in my opinion. So that's about it for today, and I have to say I found this video quite difficult to make because visuals are such a subjective thing, so I'm sure I missed a lot of games that you love the look of, so please let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, I'd be very appreciative of a like down below, and subscribe for more like this if you haven't already. Anyway, I've been Nathan, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.